opening remarks this morning. So Mr. Larry Stubblefield is the Associate Administrator for the Office of Veterans Business Development, or OVBD, at the U.S. Small Business Administration, which is the SBA. In this role, Mr. Stubblefield oversees the OVBD team in developing and implementing policies and programs that equip our veterans, our service members, both active duty, National Guard, and Reserve, and military spouse-owned small businesses with counseling and education, access to capital, and contracting opportunities. Mr. Stubblefield joined the SBA in 2016 and serving as the Assistant Administrator for the Office of Diversity, Inclusion, and Civil Rights, and most recently as the Acting Associate Administrator, OVBD. Prior to the SBA, he held numerous leadership positions with the U.S. Army, including Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Army for Diversity and Leadership. Mr. Stubblefield has firsthand military experience, having served 30 years as an enlisted soldier and active duty officer in the U.S. Army. In 2005, he retired from the military, but of course he is not retired. But he retired as a colonel and was appointed to the Senior Executive Service. Mr. Stubblefield is a recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Rank Award. He holds an MBA from the University of Tennessee and a BS in Business Management from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. So it is my tremendous honor to introduce Larry Stubblefield, who is going to kick off our National Veteran Small Business Week. Thanks, Larry. And Larry, you're muted.
Okay, let me start over. All right, hopefully you can hear me now. Sorry about that. No, I was just saying thank you, Kelly, for that introduction. Really appreciate it. Really happy to be here, and to everyone, you know, welcome to our 9th annual National Veteran Small Business Week. Our theme this year is marching toward vet biz success. So in our office of OVBD, as Kelly mentioned, the Office of Veterans Business Development, we like to look at our vision as creating America's next generation of veteran small business owners. And our mission, if you will, is to empower transitioning service members, veterans, military spouses, reservists, National Guardsmen with the tools that they need to either start, grow, or expand the business. And in the unfortunate event that the business is adversely affected by a natural disaster, you know, we help in that regards too, in terms of getting the business to back up. But, you know, my office is here in Washington, D.C., and it takes our vast ecosystem around the country to perform and, you know, accomplish our mission, to include all of you there in California. So this is our 9th annual National Veteran Small Business Week, and it's our first ever statewide National Veteran Small Business Week event. So we are very pleased and proud of everything that you're doing there. So during National Veteran Small Business Week, we look to achieve 2 purposes. Number one, we want to recognize America's veteran small businesses in their local communities. Now, these are, as far as we're concerned, these are giants in our economy, having served, you know, in uniform and now serving again in their local communities. So here's just a couple of stats that I would like to just run through. First of all, there's 1.8 million veteran-owned small businesses in the U.S. And those businesses generate $1 trillion in annual sales. They employ close to 5 million workers, and they have an annual payroll of $195 billion. So we're looking at veteran business owners who are creating in their local communities, creating jobs and opportunities, and helping build strong communities, and creating generational wealth, and playing an important role in helping maintain our industrial base. So National Veteran Small Business Week is when we salute our veteran business owners and just applaud them for their continued service to our great nation. But the second part of the reason why we celebrate National Veteran Small Business Week is to introduce those business owners to SBA resources and ways that we can help them during their entrepreneurial journey. And so I'm really happy to be here today just to see how all of you are veteran business outreach centers, whether it's in the North or the South, and the additional resource partners, how you're all coming together to make this a truly wonderful event for our 155,000, if you will, veteran small businesses in California. That 155,000 is 8.6% of all veteran owned small businesses are in California. So what we want to do here today and for this entire week, we have close to 150 events, occurring around the country. We want to introduce the veteran small business community to entrepreneurial training opportunities that are available to help them either, start, grow, or expand their business. The numerous resource programs, and I've looked at your agenda, and you have a wonderful agenda here for all of our participants. And another area is, government contracting, and government contracting is in the spotlight now at SBA as we transition VA's Center for Verification and Evaluation to SBA, and you'll hear more about this later in the week. The our Administrator Guzman will have a press release talking about that transfer, but we're really excited to bring those responsibilities over to SBA, because going forward after 1 January 2023, those responsibilities will be at SBA, and we plan to expand the program across the federal government, the certification, the veteran certification program across all 24 federal agencies. And the reason why I bring it up now, there's two things that I would just like to touch on real briefly. But with the certification program, one of our administrators' top priorities, if you will, is to expand the number of businesses that are participating in the federal marketplace. So really glad to see that you're going to touch on that this week. And federal contracting can be very lucrative. In FY21, fiscal year 21, the federal government's awarded $24 billion in contract awards to service-disabled veteran-owned small businesses. And that is up, or that was up 1 million more than what was awarded in fiscal year 20. So government contracting is, top of mind. And then I want to also let all of you there in California know, I know our Veteran Business Outreach Center directors know this already, but in fiscal year 23, no later than May of next year, we're looking to establish another Veteran Business Outreach Center in California. And so we're really, really excited about that. So my point being, this is National Veteran Small Business Week. We honor and amplify our veterans, small businesses, military spouse owned businesses, but SBA support goes beyond National Veteran Small Business Week. We are here for you, from ideation and startup through every step of your entrepreneurial journey. SBA is here to support you. You have a great support structure there with our Veteran Business Outreach Centers, and they're the resource partners, community partners there in California. And in 23, we plan on putting additional resources there because we realize the important contributions that veteran-owned businesses bring to our economy. So again, thank you very much for having me here today to kick off National Veteran Small Business Week. I look forward to participating in a couple of the events this week. And just remember, SBA is here for you. Like we tell business owners all the time, just like in the military where we did things in terms of, being on a team, we're all in this together. And at SBA, again, we are here to support you, every step of the way of your entrepreneurial journey. So thank you again for having me here. And, congratulations on the first ever statewide event, and wish you just for all of you, business owners and resource partners, just continued success. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Larry, for those great words, and have a great rest of the week. I know you're going to be busy. So thank you. So I'd like to share with you what our agenda is for today. We have a busy day. As you can tell from the outline, we have many, many different organizations presenting today. Quick minute, 5-minute presentations to give you a quick overview. And as you know, throughout all of these organizations, the VBOC can direct you to each one of these organizations and find the best fit for you. Also on all of the slides, you will have URL addresses for the organizations to look and see what they have. So I'd like to introduce Nicholas Barrios of Build LA CCD Bond Program Overview. And we'll start with that first one, and let me get you to your slide. Thank you, Nicholas.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you for having us. And also with us today is our community outreach coordinator, Oscar Perez Barrero. He's been essential in establishing a relationship with Tracy and the VBOC. So thank you so much for the both of you of really beginning this relationship. It's really important for us to have more disabled veteran participation, small business participation on our program. So my name is Nick Barrios, and I'm with the Los Angeles Community College District's construction building program. It's known as Build LACCD. It's a $9.6 billion construction building program that began in 2001 and has been funded through 4 voter approved bond measures totaling to $9.6 billion. So we currently have around $3.7 billion left to procure. But however, is a new bond measure on the ballot, on this year's ballot on November 8th. It goes by Measure LA, and it's actually a $5.3 billion bond measure. So it's our largest single bond measure. And this is to continue to renovate and modernize the 9 college campuses. This bond measure is highly concentrated on tearing down some of the buildings that were built before the 70s and building brand new buildings, state-of-the-art buildings, and also for our student housing. So around $500 million of those bond dollars, if the bond measure is approved after November 8th, will be going to student housing. So that's the first time, it's going to be the first time the district hopefully will be able to provide student housing for our students. Basically we have tons of opportunities on the program. Obviously we're construction heavy, but we also have opportunities in professional services such as architectural engineering, civil engineering, inspection, environmental. We have a big sustainability effort that we're trying to move forward with. So a lot of sustainable projects on our campuses will be coming up. So a lot of opportunities for electrical C7 low voltage contractors. Some of the other professional services opportunities that we have is also in staff augmentation. So if you're a project management, construction management firm and are looking to participate on the program through staff augmentation, you can do that as well. We also have furniture, fixtures, and equipment procurements available. So tons of different things. The best way to know what we have or going on or what's coming up is to register on our vendor portal. I see we don't have that on the slide, but if Oscar or myself after done speaking can enter our Planet Bids vendor portal, which is where we advertise all of our procurements that we have here at the bond program. So just to highlight a couple things here on construction, we do have a very special program. It's called our pre-qualified service provider program for projects that range from $25,000 to $5 million. And this is a great opportunity for local, small, emerging, disabled veteran businesses to participate on our construction projects as a prime. We do have a 30% LSCDBE goal, which is local, small, emerging, disabled veteran business participation goal on all our procurements, which means that we want to see 30% of the dollars paid go to firms that are certified as either local, small, emerging, or disabled veteran businesses. And that definitely still applies to our PQSP smaller construction contracts. Again, that range from $25,000 to $5 million. It's a pre-qualification for A, B, and certain specialty licensed contractors who would like to pre-qualify. Once you're pre-qualified, you'll be invited to bid on these projects. And out of a possible 400 points in the pre-qualification, which go to safety, key personnel, past project experience, and if you're certified as a local, small, emerging, or disabled veteran. So it's possible 400 points in those four different scoring components, but you only need 280 points to be awarded the master contract. And we're giving contractors 100 points for just being certified as local, small, emerging, or disabled veteran. So that just kind of goes to the commitment that the Board of Trustees has to really increasing our LSCDB construction participation and allowing the contractors to act as LSCDB firms to act as a prime. But you also receive points on our professional service procurements as well if you're certified as local, small, emerging, disabled veteran. So it's just not limited to construction. And I know here we're highlighting our small contractor boot camp, which is for construction contractors. We offer it twice a year, and we go over the whole pre-qualification process, but we also cover bonding, access to capital, estimating, scheduling, safety, labor compliance, and our project labor agreement. So it's kind of how to do business with Build LACCD 101. And like I said, we offer it twice a year. We just wrapped up our fall boot camp in October. However, we'll also be offering it in April, but you don't need to wait to go through one of our boot camps to try to start doing business with the program. As a matter of fact, you can reach out to myself or Oscar, and we do one-on-one, kind of consultations with LSCDB businesses or any businesses all throughout the week. We're receiving calls and setting up Zoom meetings with businesses to let them know what their best fit is with the program and how they can really do business with us, depending on, the services that they provide. So yeah, like I said, we have that 30% goal. Currently, since 2015, we're at 47%, I believe, LSCDB participation across the board, and that's with construction, A&E, and our staff augmentation. Construction, we're at almost 50% local, small, emerging, disabled veteran participation across the board. And a lot of that participation does come from local and small businesses. We'd love to see more we'd love to see more veteran-owned businesses participate on our projects. I think on construction, we're at around 3% disabled veteran participation. So we'd love to see a lot more, and on our professional service side as well. And this is why we're here today, to provide our resources, and our contracting opportunities. So I think that's pretty much it from me. I don't know if Oscar has anything else to add, but yeah, we're here to help. And I know Tracy has our contact information, so please feel free to reach out. And I think Oscar did enter the Planet Bids link. Yes, thanks, Oscar. Yeah, please make sure you register on the vendor portal. If you're not registered on our vendor portal, you're not receiving the contracting opportunities, and it is free.
Great. Thanks so much, Nicholas.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I can direct you to Nicholas or Oscar for this program. So great. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Appreciate all the support and, you working so closely with Oscar. It's been a good relationship, and we're looking to strengthen it even more for many years to come. So thank you.
Thank you, Tracy.
Likewise. Thank you. Welcome. All right. Now I'd like to introduce Kelly back to, I was going to say to the floor, but there really is no floor. And we're going to talk about the Veterans Business Outreach Centers. Thanks, Kelly. Go right ahead.
Hey, thanks, Tracy. And thanks again for the presentation, Nicholas and Oscar. We have a full week of that was a great example of some of the partnerships and the opportunities that are available for veterans throughout California. So we would like to take a few minutes as we launch off National Veterans Small Business Week to share with you all the services of the NorCal and the SoCal. We love those acronyms that you all are used to also if you've been in the military. So the NorCal and the SoCal Veterans Business Outreach Center, which we refer to as the VBOC. Next slide. Thanks. So here's the mission of the VBOC is we serve men and women who are active duty members, Guard, Reserve, veterans, and their family members. So in addition to, service members, transitioning service members, and veterans and veteran-owned businesses, we also serve mil spouses and military-connected family members. We want to let you know also that there's availability for you to utilize our services as well. And as Larry mentioned, we are here to help you to either start or grow your business. So a little information about the VBOC. Really, I'm going to show you here a little further down the presentation that our centers cover all of California. So that's a very, very large territory, both geographically and with population and veteran-owned business density. So with that, it's very important for us. And this is a great example of what we're going to be doing in regards to partnership and collaboration a week is we partner with several other network organizations that provide extensive services for our service members and veterans. So of course, the SBA, Small Business Administration, that we are partially funded by, the Small Business Development Centers, which Tracy's going to share more information about them later on today. SCORE, which is a volunteer-based program. The PTAC, we'll have a presentation by them tomorrow. And the WBC, which is a women's business center. There'll be more information about them today as well. So we provide development services, training, and consulting at no charge. And I mentioned on a presentation I started out earlier today was that I don't believe anything is free, and our services are no cost, no charge to you. But there is a value to the services, and we really encourage our service members and our veteran-owned businesses to take advantage of all of everything you hear about this week. And we at the VBOC can help you navigate through all of those services. Whoops, not quite done yet, Tracy. Thank you. As Larry mentioned, there are currently 22 VBOCs across the United States, and we're very happy to announce that as of May of 2023, we're going to have 33 to 34, and one of them is slotted to go in the LA area. And then also our VBOCs were founded, if you will, in 2016 and 2021, and as I'm going to show you on the next slide, we have a unique service area. So Northern California, our service area starts basically from the Oregon border all the way to Kern County. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about how we serve our transition service members on the bases. But the bases that we serve for NorCal are Lemoore, Monterey, China Lake, Beale Air Force Base, and Travis Air Force Base. For SoCal, as you can tell, also there's a very large service area to cover. But we do it very well with all the partners that I've mentioned. So all the way from San Bernardino County, all the way to the Mexico border. And for SoCal, the military bases served are Vandenberg, Naval Base Ventura County, Edwards, Fort Irwin, Los Angeles Air Force Base, 29 Palms, Camp Pendleton, Miramar, the Recruit Depot for the Marine Corps, and then Naval Base San Diego. So this is how the NorCal, or all of our VBOC, both of our VBOCs serve our clients. We offer one-on-one consulting. So if you attend a workshop such as today, and there are 100 people on the workshop, really it's that one-on-one individual consulting that's going to help you get to the next step in your small business, either expansion, ownership, launching, etc. Being able to sit down one-on-one with a consultant and perhaps a mentor to talk about where you are in the process is going to be essential. So we're going to give you some information how to reach out and to have a consultant that you can work with one-on-one. We offer pre-business plan workshops, business plan assistance, so we can help you through those business plans that can oftentimes seem very daunting. We can also assist with feasibility analysis and strategy. If you're just thinking about a particular industry that you would like to launch and you want to do some research and that sort of thing to make sure it's viable and that there's the customer market base, we can help you to determine that. We offer additional training, and we can, again, navigate you through all the local programs and resources. Oftentimes, we like to consider ourselves, if you will, the first entry for our veteran-owned businesses or transitioning service members. But we certainly give them a lot of information about a lot of resources that are available within their communities and within the nation, if you will, or VBOCs. Next slide. So our primary mission is that Boots to Business, and another training that we do is also called a Reboot. And Boots to Business is a 2-day event. Those are conducted on those military bases that I demonstrated earlier in the map. We have 15 bases that we train for transitioning service members. But Boots to Business is a curriculum. As you can see on the right-hand side, we do an overview over 2 days of 8 modules, and our SBA partners and many of our other network partners join us in presenting these in person on these bases for transitioning service members. And everything from an introduction to entrepreneurship, like what is an entrepreneur? What does it mean to be an entrepreneur? And do you have an idea for a business, and could it potentially be something that you could launch? And how can we help you through the process? We help you to do the market research that's necessary. We talk about pricing. Why do we price things the way that we do? Because we want to make money in our business, unless it's a hobby, other than breaking even. We'd really like to find out how to price things appropriately so we can actually retain some of that. And then what's the right legal entity for your business? Not one is better than the other. It just depends on the type of business you're launching. So we can help you really explore what's the best legal entity for you. And then, of course, the question we get asked all the time, show me the money. How are you going to show us the money? Well, I give you a little tip here in financing and access to capital is one of the things that we really share with our transitioning service members. If you don't have to borrow money and you can start small, do that. It's called bootstrapping. Start your company small if you can, but there are many ventures that you're going to need to access capital. So we can show you the steps to do so. And then finally, how everything wraps up into a business plan, how essential it is to plan for, what could be happening currently. Lee Kearns from the SBA is going to be talking about later on in the week about disaster planning. And that's one of the things also that's going to be listed in a business plan. And then finally, we also talk about all the resources for ongoing support. And then we have a reboot also, so the Boots to Business is on the military bases, and the reboot is a community-wide event that we do with several of our partners. So if there is a service member or a veteran business that's currently in business, or a veteran that's been out of the military for a while, we invite you to join one of our reboots as a refresher of all of these modules to kind of help you get your base knowledge back again. So again, share the information with service members or with veterans who didn't know that these resources were available to them. Next slide. This is one of my favorite slides. I put this in whenever I can because I think it's so essential that, especially when we are working with transitioning service members on the bases, oftentimes their MOS has nothing to do with what they want to do when they get to make choices of their own for their job or their potential career. So one of the things we convey, or one of the things I think is most essential to convey to them as they're transitioning out of the military, is that they have so many transferable skills that they may not have been aware of. So if you look at the left-hand side of the screen, all of these attributes of how we describe a service member or military personnel with veterans, they're mission focused, they're critical thinkers, problem solvers, they're team players, they value relationships, they're flexible, extremely resilient, persistent, ethical, and reliable. All of those attributes transfer over so well into entrepreneurship. And there has been situations where I've had service members come up to me at the break when we're training a boots to business on one of the bases and say, you know what, I thought I was at a disadvantage for being in the military, but in fact, now that I'm seeing all these attributes that I've learned and how well they transfer over, I realize that I'm at an advantage. So again, keep this part in mind, even if you've been out of the service for, many years, that there are transferable skills. These also are going to be demonstrated in your marketing as a veteran-owned business, in your business plan, et cetera. Or when you go to access capital and go to the bank, you're like, hey, I'm a veteran-owned business. And, we really make sure that this is conveyed to our service members and our veteran-owned business. Here's a few additional workshops. Of course, government certifications and government contracting. These are items and areas that are always requested. We also offer business plans in action. We have a restaurant program for our service members or veterans who want to go into any sort of hospitality industry. Veteran farming and ranching. We have a workshop coming up in January that's going to incorporate all kinds of different concepts about how to start or grow your veteran-owned farm or ranch. Marketing essentials for veteran-owned business, franchise options, e-commerce, and there's so many other workshops that we have. So please check out our websites at NorCal VBOC and SoCal VBOC for updates and schedules. And in June, we're going to be hitting it with so many different workshops. So stay abreast on those and make sure you sign up for services or information about workshops if you haven't already. And then last but not least, we just want to share a bit of a success story because you too, if you're not already, can be a success story. And an example of this is John Bethel. This is a service member that I had the honor of meeting at Naval Base San Diego. And he was transitioning from the military in 2021, and he took our Boots to Business workshop, I believe probably about 6 months prior to his transition. And we started working with him before he transitioned out, and he ended up purchasing a business. He started on our, he transitioned on the West Coast, but bought a business on the East Coast, and we were able to coordinate with him services with his VBOC on the East Coast with all the services. We assisted him with everything from, his legal formation to a business plan. He was able to get a loan for the business, et cetera. So again, John is an excellent example of a service member who is transitioning out that reached out to the VBOC and really, utilized the resources that were available to him. And even better, he also gives back, which many of our service members and our veterans do as well. He has a training program for veterans. So John's a great example. And I think that's everything for the VBOC. We want to encourage you to reach out to us for more information. And I'm going to hand it back over to Tracy, who's going to introduce our next presenter.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Tracy.
Kelly, so much. Now I'd like to introduce Rachel Costello with Bunker Labs. Go ahead, Rachel.
Okay. Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool. I cannot control the video, so I'm just going to start talking. So thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity to present today. Bunker Lab was established in 2014 in Chicago, and we provide community programs and no-cost courses to help veterans and military spouses start and grow successful startups and businesses. And why are we doing that? The fact on the ground is 49% of World War II veterans started businesses compared to just 1.6% of post 9/11 veterans. Military veterans have the entrepreneurial skill sets, including leadership, creativity, willingness to take risks. And veteran-owned businesses are 30% more likely to hire other veterans. And military spouses often face barriers to traditional employment, including frequent relocation. So Bunker Lab came into being to correct that. Our motto is launch, connect, and grow. Our focus is to provide a path for military spouses and veterans that they can see on their startup and business journey. To that point, we have a program called Launch Lab Online, which is a gamified interactive education course on fundamentals of business ownership you can take in your own time. We provide connection through Bunker Lab's national network of 48 communities that are organized around your location and industry with access to 580 plus members launching a startup and running a business and ready to chat with you. We grow through Bunker Lab's 3 flagship courses available. And Breaking Barriers is an 8-week course to facilitate growth and support designed for historically underserved communities. Veterans in Residence is a 6-month business incubator that provides co-working space, thanks to WeWork, local community cohort, business network, and targeted support. In California, we have Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco, and virtual cohort options available. Then we have a CEO Circle, which is a year-long accountability group for growth stage companies ready to scale beyond their current revenue of $1 million. So how can you get started? You can get started today by joining Bunker online at www.bunkerlabs.org. Veterans and military spouses are welcome to join. And we at the Bunker Labs are here to help you launch, connect, and grow your startups and businesses. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Rachel. So yes, and there's also another link down at the bottom as well, and we can direct you to Rachel if you're interested in this program.
Thank you.
Great. Now we have, next is SCORE. And we had mentioned SCORE already as one of our resource partners. And do we have Sally or Ron on? Is Sally or Ron on? This is where we wait a second, waiting for that mute button. I'm just kind of looking through. I don't hear Sally or Ron. This is expected. We have a lot of presenters and sometimes it's hard to get a link or wireless service or whatnot. So we work extensively with SCORE. SCORE actually has, it's a network of volunteers to help be a mentor for you as a startup small business, or if you've been in business for many years. So we do have the website on the bottom of the page if you're interested in SCORE, but they actually have a program that will help you step by step start a business. And it's a flexible journey. It's on your own time. And there are, I believe, 12 chapters from starting your journey. Are you ready to start a business? And that's a really important topic because you may just be thinking about it, not quite sure if this is the right time for you, or you'd like to, do it later on. To basically defining and validating your idea. So some of these concepts you've already heard Kelly talk about with the Boots to Business, but this is much more in depth. So rather than a 2-day workshop or a 1-day reboot, you will spend an extensive amount of time going through all of these different chapters and really getting involved in and learning about all of them. Do I have, Ellie, can you hit the mute for all of this? Thank you. So you guys, we all know Zoom, right?
Oh, Tracy, you got to unmute yourself.
There we go. I'm back. So, so look at SCORE. Kelly in NorCal or I at SoCal can direct you to the SCORE chapter and even help you find a mentor on the SCORE website as well. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat window and we'll try to answer them at about SCORE since the presenters are not here today. Okay. All right, great. So now we have Warrior Rising. I will present this one as well. Warrior Rising is a nonprofit organization, which is also partially funded by the SBA. It is for disabled veterans who like to start a business. So they have an amazing program because they actually, it's 8 weeks of web-based and they meet every 2 weeks, but you go over many different aspects of starting a business, as well as purchasing a business or doing starting a franchise or buying a franchise. They have meetings at 7 p.m. Eastern time, but as you notice, they help you identify opportunities in business if you're not quite sure what you might want to do. They help you understand the markets. What is a market? What is a competitor? How do you compete in that market? And then they help you build your economic model. How am I going to get paid for providing the value for my products or services to those to my customers? And Kelly had mentioned that earlier about pricing. That's a really big one in terms of pricing your product or your service correctly, so you get that value in terms of revenue back to your company. They will also help you with your legal entity and your financing options, as well as your business plan creation. We also at the VBOC can help you with your business plan creation as well. So if you get an assignment from any of these organizations to create your business plan, and you need additional help, or you need software to do that, we can provide you with 3 months free of a software called Live Plan. And Allie, if you could put that in the chat window, that would be great. So they know that there's an opportunity to use an amazing, really robust software tool called Live Plan, which helps you do each section of the business plan as well as your financials, and it produces all of your financial statements as well. So we can help you with your homework. And they also have, of course, live virtual sessions to interact with other people in the program, as well as with the mentors of the program. So if you're interested in Warrior Rising, you'll see the link at the bottom of the page. And but it's a great program, and you probably have heard of it before. So any questions, of course, put those in the chat window. We'll try to answer them since the presenter is not here today. Now, let's see, Tiffany Garcia.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Tiffany, thank you.
I'm Tiffany with CMTC. It stands for California Manufacturing Technology Consulting. We are a private nonprofit, and we are the manufacturing extension for the state of California, which just means that we receive federal and California taxpayer dollars to support manufacturers. Our mission is to serve as a trusted advisor, providing business solutions that will help manufacturing businesses increase their productivity and also competitiveness here in the state. We have both federal and state funding to support veteran business owners, and we can provide business services such as HR, marketing, strategic planning, quality, anything that you would need as a business owner except for legal or banking services. And what you're seeing on the screen here is we have a California grant, which would allow a business owner up to 16 hours of no-cost consulting. So I'll put my information in the chat. You can contact me directly, or you can always send your clients, or business owners can just go online and request more information. So if they're a manufacturer, if they're making anything, we can support them and help guide them to the resources that are available here in the state.
And Tiffany, if somebody's thinking about doing manufacturing, can you help them as well decide if that's the right avenue for them?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So, would you? I actually have sent some clients over to Tiffany as well, and Amanda Cheney at CMTC. If you're interested in either, maybe you want to buy a business as well, but you don't know what type, and maybe manufacturing is the right type of business to purchase, or a franchise, I can direct you to Tiffany to kind of hash out those, what you might need and what that life would look like. So definitely reach out to me or to Kelly, and we can connect you with Tiffany. So
thank you.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Great to have you on. Okay. So now we are ahead of schedule. How about that? So I would like to give everybody, let's give you a break. Let's give you a break till noon. And then we'll get on with the Women's Business Center, and we'll conclude the next hour with the following presenters. So we'll give you a quick break. Everyone get some coffee and join us back here in approximately 10 minutes. It's okay. So, but feel free to put your questions in there. We'll try to get to them. And if we're not able to answer the questions, we will find the answer for you and reach out back to you about those questions. I know Allie, our business coordinator, is monitoring the Q&A and the chat window for us. So I looked for Caddy a little earlier and didn't see her on. Caddy, are you on yet?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you, Caddy. So good to hear from you. I'd like to welcome everyone. Caddy, she's the director of the San Diego Women's Business Center, and she's going to tell us about the Women's Business Centers. Thank you, Caddy.
Thank you. So hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here. We are partially funded by the SBA and by the state of California. So the advantage for you is that we offer services, one-on-one business counseling. We can help you to start, grow, and expand your business. We can help you with business and marketing strategies. We can help you to set up the price with financial projections and to create the business plan at no cost for you. So this is the most important part of it. So take advantage of that. How can you reach us? Just go to our website, that is sandiegowbc.org, and click at the top right button that says become a client and sign up, and you will automatically receive an email so you can book an appointment with one of our advisors. We have different programs. We have networking events with a score. We also partner a lot with VBOC. We help them to promote their webinars, and also we host together the Startup Your LGBTQ Own Business. We also have different business accelerator programs in Spanish and in English. We have a 9-week program in English on how to start the business. We have another one that is called Kaufman Fast Track that is in Spanish. We have one for childcare providers that want to start their family childcare. It's an 8-week program, and we cover 2 of the certifications needed for the state license. So we have different programs. We are targeting women, but we are open to everyone. And also we have one of my favorites ones are Mindset Reset and Ilumínate Mujer, that is the Spanish version. In that class, we give you all the we build your confidence so you can reflect that on your business. So we give you the tools to negotiate with your clients. We give you the tools to have that work-life balance that we all need. So it's an amazing program. We are gonna start again with that program. It's an 10-week program, sorry. And we are gonna start again in February. So book your calendars, because that is a life-changing class. And I think that's all for me, Tracy. I will leave my information in the chat.
Thank you, Katie, appreciate it. So we can help you find a women's business center near you. So of course, reach out and we'll direct you to their services throughout the United States. And as Katie said, you don't have to be a female to go to the Women's Business Center. It's okay. So you may not have a VBOC near you or an SBDC, but you may have a Women's Business Center and we can refer you. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And again, the main website for the Women's Business Center is at the bottom of the slide, which you'll have access to later. So great. So we will move on now into the Veteran Federal Procurement Entrepreneurship Training Program. That is a mouthful. Barbara Ash, the National Director, will be speaking today. Hey, Barbara, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Tracy, and thrilled to join you today in celebrating National Veteran Small Business Week. And what a terrific agenda you have today to connect veterans to the resources they need to start, grow, and sustain their companies.
Exactly. That's what we're here to show what's out there. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll let you start.
Well, I am so excited to share information about the Veteran Institute for Procurement, or as we like to refer to it, VIP, because it can be a mouthful. So let me just share a little bit about VIP. And VIP is for service-disabled and veteran-owned small businesses that want to accelerate their success as government contractors. And we do this over 3 days and 27 hours of in-person training in a classroom setting. And we do this across 5 different curriculums. The training is offered at no cost to veterans nationwide. We are a national program, and it includes hotels, meals, and training. Qualified applicants are accepted on a first-come basis nationwide. And since 2009, we have graduated over 2,000 service-disabled and veteran-owned small businesses from all 50 states, DC, Puerto Rico, and Guam. And as a matter of fact, almost 100 from California. The training is hands-on and is market-based instruction that helps establish best business practices on how to compete, comply, and perform as a government contractor. The instruction covers over 20 topics that are taught by subject matter experts that are currently in the market, and they're from industry and they're government professionals as well. And as a national program, participants are in the classroom with 49 other veteran owners, CEOs or executives, and they'll pick up a national network, which is quite helpful as you look for mentors and teaming partners as you expand. And it works. VIP grads have won over $17 billion in prime awards. And start grads grow 246% just 2 years after graduation, and grow grads 224%. We're very proud that 36 of our VIP grads made it on the Inc. 5000 list this year, and 85% of our graduates are still in business 10 years or more. As I mentioned, we have 5 curriculums, and each are designed to meet the company where they are in their development as government contractors. Your company applies, not the individual, so it's based on your company's development as a government contractor. So just briefly, VIP Start accelerates a little bit about that program. It accelerates the success of becoming procurement ready for government opportunities. And it is designed for the veteran-owned small business seeking to enter or expand their business in the federal market. VIP Grow is for those who are already in the federal sector, either as prime or subcontractors, and now want to scale. VIP Advance provides the strategies necessary to ensure that they are able to sustain their growth in their journey to transition to full and open competition, publicly traded, or even to sell. And VIP Aerospace helps veteran-owned small businesses enter and scale in this very highly innovative and expanding sector, which has unique contracting requirements. VIP International accelerates the success of the veteran-owned small businesses that want to enter or expand their company globally, whether in the federal sector supporting OCONUS contracts or in the commercial global market. Each of these programs have qualifiers in order to attend to ensure participants can fully leverage the information and the relationships that develop in the classroom. All applications can be found on our website at nationalvip.org. The applications are short and take less than 5 minutes to complete. And in each class, we accept the first 50 qualified companies to attend, and only the owner or an executive of that company attends, just one representative per company. So there's 50 individuals in each classroom. And we are currently accepting applications for all of our programs, and we plan to host 5 trainings over the next 8 months and train 250 veteran-owned small businesses. The trainings take place at the Bolger Center in Potomac, Maryland, which is just outside Washington, D.C. And I encourage all service-disabled and veteran-owned small businesses that want to accelerate their success as government contractors to take advantage of this program and apply now. You can apply, as I mentioned, at nationalvip.org, and you can reach out to me and I'll put my contact information in the chat box. And I look forward to seeing you in the classroom. And thank you so much, Stacy, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Wow, those are impressive statistics. And I especially like the no cost to the participant, including food and hotel. So, how do I sign up? So thank you so much. And I hope that, of course, we can guide participants to you as well. And then I put in the chat window for everybody else, if you want to save the chat and all this great valuable information, the contact information, there's 3 little buttons at the right of the happy face emoji that you can save the chat. And I don't know where it ends up on your computer, but it will be saved somewhere. So thank you again, Barbara, and thanks for participating.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So now we have Deborah Scott from the Boots to Business Revenue Readiness Program. And I know you're on here, I already saw you. Okay, welcome, Deborah. Please feel free to start.
Well, thank you, Tracy. And boy, it is tough to follow Barbara as a
Yeah.
former government contractor myself. I mean, that is an amazing program to get involved with. So if you have that opportunity, please reach out, and do that. I'm going to do a little bit of a follow-up from what Kelly talked about earlier about the Boots to Business program. The Boots to Business program, as she mentioned, at a installation for transitioning service members, goes through the modules on introduction to entrepreneurship. And you can have a like program, as she mentioned, called a reboot if you're already out and maybe you're a veteran of any era, National Guard, reserves, military spouses included. Well, when you're finished with that program, if you're ready to move forward and start getting that business plan under your belt, the follow-on program to that is called Revenue Readiness, or Boots to Business Revenue Readiness. And it is offered worldwide. It is a 6-week program. It's all online, but live. We meet for an hour twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there's 6 different times during the day that those are offered, 2 in the daytime and 4 in the evening, because we recognize people have very busy schedules. We record every session. That allows, if we know life interferes sometimes, and sometimes you just need to catch up or maybe just re-review the information. Every class has 2 instructors in it who themselves are veterans and business owners themselves. So even though this is a program that SBA funded with Mississippi State University, it is not university professors. It is practical people who've been there, done that themselves. We focus on the first 2 weeks on the business model canvas. Really putting together the model of how you're going to operate your business, and then walk you through the process to transition that to the business plan. And they mentioned earlier, I think Tracy mentioned earlier, about the Live Plan software, great software for developing a business plan. You get access to that software at no cost during our class. And then when you're done, we give you an introduction. If you're not already working with your VBOC, we introduce you to that VBOC, and we have the ability to transfer the plan you've been working on to their account, and you continue that journey wherever you're at when you finish the 6 weeks. We've had over 2,300 veterans or spouses graduate from the program since it was started in 2017. It's a very high touch. It is not just go review the stuff and then give homework. If you have a question, send an email. You get one-on-one interaction if you want to with your instructors, if you want to talk about your program directly, we look forward to seeing you sign up for that. If you want more information, the website that talks a little bit about the program, and you can read about our instructor staff, which I think is awesome, is bootstobusiness.msstate.edu. And then you can sign up for this when you finish Boots to Business Introduction or the Reboot. You'll get an automated email out of the system that says, here's the link. You're now eligible to sign up for the follow-on course, which is Revenue Readiness. And that is our goal, to get you ready to start that business, get you down that road to get to that business plan that's so important for planning your business. And we hope to see you in a class soon.
Thank you so much, Deborah. I actually know one veteran at Camp Pendleton who raved about the program. So I make sure to tell all my Boots to Business Reboot classes about it.
Great. So. That's great. And you're welcome to take it as well.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
All right.
I should take it. I would love to take it. So sign me up. Great.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about it.
Thank you for sharing. All right. Wonderful. Okay. So now we're going to move on to Jennifer Jordan at the Rosie Network. I had the great pleasure of hearing about the Rosie Network on Camp Pendleton doing an event for spouses of veterans and military personnel. And she's here to share with us about this great program. Jennifer,
yes.
Are you? Yeah, there you go.
Say is super amazing. I have been listening and scribbling my own notes throughout this entire process.
Wonderful.
And I also want to point out that none of us are competing by any means. It's all for the betterment of the entrepreneur. Whatever program works best for you at that given point in time. By all means, these have all been free resources. And I love that Boots to Business is a Reboot is a 1-2 day taster. And that's kind of where the Rosie Network comes in afterwards is, okay, I do want to get into entrepreneurship. My name is Jennifer Jordan. I am the Director of Operations and Outreach for the Rosie Network. I've been with the Rosie Network for about 4 years now. We just wrapped up, you can see on the very bottom of the slide, our 6th annual Veteran and Military Spouse Entrepreneur Awards. They are open nationally and they will be aired later this week with all of the awardees. Super excited for all of the submissions that came through. The stories are harrowing from entrepreneurs just like us, just like ourselves, the veterans, the military spouses, everything that we had to do and endure and move and take our business with us. That's where the National Veteran Military Spouse Entrepreneurs really can shine their light on these entrepreneur awards. But back to the Rosie Network and our Service to CEO program. Our CEO and founder, Stephanie Brown, also a military spouse, her husband was away and she needed a plumber. So she tried to find a plumber that was military affiliated and could not. So she's like, what do I do? Like, I can't find a military connected plumber. And he's like, you know what? Just start something similar, like a Rosie's List, where military connected businesses can put their profiles together and you can search, kind of like a Yelp, kind of like an Angie's List, but hyper military connected focus. So as she's doing so, she's realizing that coming out of World War II in Vietnam, there was about a 60% entrepreneurship rate. So those veterans were becoming entrepreneurs. Now coming out of OEF 2010, it's only like a 4% veteran and military spouse entrepreneurship rate. That's where Service to CEO comes in. We have an 8-module program. We have two cohorts, 2 chapters. The chapters are Rosie chapters for females, military spouses, and female veterans. And the Warrior chapters are for veterans and the males. We have found that we get more cohesion, more interaction, a bigger voice for the entrepreneurs when they can be with other like-minded entrepreneurs that are going through the same things. Our cohorts meet usually once a week. Like I said, it's 8 modules, so it really is indicative of the cohort itself. 8 modules for 3 hours at a time. And then in between, there are coffee chats where you can ask questions. Hey, I got kind of stuck on this. You do get homework. I got kind of stuck on this. How do I go through this, etc., with other people that are in the cohort. Our program is led, excuse me, by subject matter experts in their fields: human resources, legal, financial, trademarks, social media marketing, client discovery, everything. It literally starts you from the very beginning, whether you have already been in business for 3 years or you are still in the ideation or conception phase of your business. At the completion of the 8 modules, you will have a fully developed pitch deck that you can then use or modify as you see fit, whether you're trying to approach funders, whether you're trying to let your community know that you're here, whether you are going to go pitch at an actual pitch competition. You can take that fully designed pitch deck and modify it, and it's already templatized for you as you have grown and gotten more into your business. So what I love is that we have now gone from in-person. I know a lot of people are still in person. We're coming out of COVID. We're looking back at going back to in-person cohorts, but time is a thing. You know, we work, whether it's we work in the morning, we work in the evening. We now have 8 locations across the country to go into one of those Rosie or Warrior chapter cohorts. What's great is that it might be 1 o'clock for me. It's a perfect time, but I don't have 4 p.m. time. Well, guess what? I'm here in California with you guys, but I can be at the 1 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, whether it's the Northeast region, the Southeast region, the Midwest region, Southwest region, Rocky Mountain region, or Pacific region. And coming out of that, we realized that kids enjoy this as well. They like seeing mom and dad build their own entrepreneur road and build their own business and have the time available. So now this sparks the kids going, right? The kids are having these ideas. They're like, what can we do? How can I make a business? How can I be self-sustainable financially and have my time to myself that I want? I.e., we have our Kidpreneur Camp. Kidpreneur Camp takes place over the summertime. I will drop a link into it below. Yes, Kelly, having a pitch is so important. I'll drop the Kidpreneur Camp in the link box, in the chat box, it also has led us to realize that Kidpreneur Camp is not a one-time a year thing. It is a year-round mission. So the second Saturday of every month, these young military connected entrepreneurs are meeting for Kids Club. This is where they, again, get homework. You know, they're kind of building their business ideas with other young adults their age. Quick plug for that. On December, I believe it's 7th, we are hosting a vision board for those young entrepreneurs. We also just single-handedly won the Fisher House and Military Times Award, and it was a completely unanimous decision on behalf of the judges that Kidpreneur Camp, Kidpreneur Club keep getting the funding to get bigger, grow stronger, and build fully successful families. Again, how do we also give back to our entrepreneurs? We have our Military Entrepreneur magazine that you can see down there. We have Rosie Connects talks. We have, you know, our alumni. I didn't even touch on that. So once you graduate, once you have your fully developed pitch deck, we don't just let you go. It's not just into the wolves. A lot of our military connected entrepreneurs do go on to a dog tag bakery or a Bunker Labs, a more intensive incubator, as you heard from Bunker Labs earlier. And it is there that they continue to grow, but they can still come back to us and participate in exclusive alumni coffee chats, alumni teachings. We just had a wonderful how to do grants, how to build your grant, how to even submit a grant, how to data track your grant. So you're not just gone. You're not just graduated, off you go, pitch deck, see you bye. I actually saw one of our graduates over here at our farmers market. And I was like, I know you. I watched your pitch deck. I watched your presentation. And now I'm seeing you in person at the farmers market. So they're still continuing to grow. I will, like I said, I'll drop some more links. I really appreciate all of the businesses and VBOCs for putting this together, putting this on. And I'm super excited to watch everyone grow in their military connected community. Thank you again, Tracy, so much, and all of the VBOCs in the area, SBA, we love you. We've been partners forever, I feel like, at this point.
Yeah,
And we
thank you,
appreciate it.
Jennifer. Now that I know you do pitch decks, you'll be getting many more clients.
It's so
get off my
cool.
plate. Yeah, wonderful.
We actually, this week too, we are going to be airing on our LinkedIn channel, the Pacific Region's graduations. So
wonderful.
you'll see
Great.
a bunch of graduations pop up on LinkedIn this week.
Let us know. And I think the Kidpreneur Camp is amazing. I bet one day there'll be more kidpreneurs than the parents, because, you know, 2 parents may have 4 kids and they all want to be entrepreneurs. So I think it's amazing. So thank you for all the work that you're doing. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. So now we're going to move on over to the Small Business Development Center. Rich Mostart, the Valley Community SBDC Director, is going to kick off the SBD network information, then talk about his in particular. Thanks, Rich.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody. I am just overwhelmed because there has been a wealth of information given out, and I almost feel like I work for the Department of Redundancy Department. Because again, a lot of what you hear from me on is a little bit of what you've heard already. I don't see my camera working for some reason, but again, I look like that guy in the corner, in case you're wondering. The bottom line is you should know about your local Small Business Development Center. We're a national program that's funded by the U.S. Small Business Administration. And our goal is to help anyone interested in starting, growing, or expanding their business. Sound familiar? Another thing that's great about the SBDC program is, as it was mentioned earlier, we are a no-charge program. We provide no-charge confidential counseling and technical assistance in a wide variety of areas, and we provide no charge, and some centers provide no to low charge training and assistance in the form of workshops and webinars and things of that sort. So we're available throughout the country. My center itself manages a program that's the largest in the Central Valley. We cover Fresno, Madera, Tulare, and Kings counties. For those of you who are familiar with that, there we are. Thank you so much for that. Basically, we cover a population about 1.7 million and 14,000 acres, and we do that, or miles, excuse me. What we do is we provide our services both through staff, although we have a very small staff, but we also provide our services through the hiring of subject matter experts, local people that can help you in just a wide variety of subjects. And I'll talk about those in a minute. But the one thing, another issue I just want to make very clear to anybody on this call is there's some amazing programs out there. I'm blown away by half of what I heard already. None of us are mutually exclusive. It is your right to take advantage of any or all of these programs, and I encourage you to do so. Some fit you, some don't, but the ones that do will help you accelerate your business success. And all of us, I guarantee you, if you got us all in the same room, we'd hold hands, we'd hug each other and say, hey, we're just happy the client's happy. And so that's our ultimate goal. We provide the one-on-one counseling, the literally the direct answer the questions counseling that gets you from point A to point B. We provide that at no charge, like I said, on a variety of subjects. We provide counseling and training from everything from basic startup information, how do I do it, how does it make sense for me, to how to write a business plan, marketing plans, all the way through to site location, to company development, to marketing, procurement. Somebody asked a question earlier. Procurement is usually government contracting. And then we also get into things like exporting, SEO optimization, pretty much anything you can think of. And the one thing about SBDCs that I really, really like, and I'm sorry, I have to toot the SBDC horn, is the fact that we work well with every other service provider. In our area, we have a women's business center. Unfortunately, we don't have a VBOC. Someday we will. But we provide a wealth of information. And if we don't know, or we know of an agency that may be of better service to you, we will connect you with them. So we do have veteran counselors who have been in the service. We have counselors who are very familiar with veterans designations, like in procurement, or any advantages a veteran may or may not have with financing. We take you through that whole process, and we can help you understand how to navigate through the different programs. We have some very strong specialties in our center, and many SBDCs do, and that's in the area of business financing. We can show you everything you need to know, from startup financing and what's the reality of that, to any kind of guaranteed financing, if you need help from a government entity to guarantee your loans or your financing requests, to other specialty pots of money that may be out there. Most centers are hosted by agencies such as a nonprofit organization, or in my case, an educational institution like Clovis Community College. And yes, and NorCal is our VBOC. I just want you closer. Someday I'm going to have you have an office in my office. We will do that too. But in the meantime, we do provide a number of benefits to the small business community, not only from our direct one-on-one service provision and just saying, here's how you do it. We also have hosts like educational institutions that we can connect you to for various programs, especially with veterans returning back and maybe wanting to get some more education. We can connect you to those departments as well. So again, what I want to talk about a little bit is what makes the SBDC Little Yellow different or better than anybody else. And it's not too much. I think we're all great service providers out there on this call, but we do hire people who are specialized in their fields, where they're very much subject matter experts. So if you want somebody to help you with search engine optimization, you won't talk to me. I'm not good at that, but I do have some counselors who are excellent at that. If you want to talk to somebody about getting your DBE, your DVBE, or any other certification, or the 8A program, we have folks who know that extremely well. And they've kind of been there, done that. That's what the kind of folks we work with. And so the experience, the direct hands-on work is very important to us. And we try to make sure you take full advantage of that. And we're one of the few, I can't say the only, but one of the few organizations that has to be accredited every 4 years. That means we have to pass rigorous exams to make sure we're doing everything we say we're going to do. And we do it in an honest and ethical and transparent manner. So again, we will treat you the right way. We will take care of you and help you move your business forward, whether it's a startup or you've been in business for 50 years. We can help you along the journey. And if there are any incentives or available programs that we can refer you out to that are more specific to your needs, we will. And we're very sensitive to make sure that veterans get the help they need, especially if it's provided by specialty organizations who really focus on veterans. We love everybody, so we help everybody. The bottom line is you should definitely check out your SBDCs in your area. And I believe, Tracy, you left the last slide in there that says, here's how you can look up your local SBDC in your area. There you go, that's the slide. And again, you can go to, we'll see if we can put this in the link, americassbdc.org, find your SBDC, and they are all over the country. We have a plethora, we have over 6 regions in California, and within each region, there's at least one. In mine, there are 6 SBDC centers. So all you have to do is go to this website and select by zip code, and you will get a counselor and no charge to you, could really get you on the journey. And hopefully they'll refer you to some really good programs like Boots to Business, or the VIP program is just phenomenal. So again, work with your SBDC. We're just another player in the game, and maybe somebody who's a little more hands-on and locally based, who could help you understand your local markets and your local resources and connect you to other folks within your area. So with that, that's all I have.
Thank you so much, Rich. Thanks for introducing the SBDCs. Yeah, there's 1,000 centers, or a lot bigger than the VBOCs. And so I refer to the SBDC all the time because of the specialized service that they can provide. And let me talk about some of the programs that I refer to a lot. The San Diego SBDC has a Brink. It's a division. It's one of the centers within the San Diego called the Brink, and they do a Lean Essential Sprint. So if any of you have ever heard about Lean startup methodology and getting out of the house and going to interview potential customers about their problems, and then going back and re-interviewing them and finding out if your solution satisfies the problems, the Lean Essential Sprint is for you. It's a lot of hands-on things like that. You'll do a pitch. From the first day, you'll stand up and do your pitch. And after the 12-week class, you'll stand up and hopefully your pitch will be polished and ready to go and to present. So, so I'd recommend that for anybody who would like to do a lean methodology for starting a business, or you could even be in business and as well, because you can pivot your business or grow your business using Lean Essential Sprints. And then they also have Start Your Business in a Day on-demand modules where you don't actually have to be at a specific time or place. You can download the video and watch how to start your business. It goes from business entities, such as an LLC, sole proprietorship, to a corporation. How taxes affect your business. What about business financing? So it's everything you need to do to get your business structurally started.
And again, look in the chat, the LA SBDC, who is a fantastic organization, has a specialty in procurement. The most important thing to do is we have geographical boundaries. So find out the one near you, because I would love to help everybody, but I have my certain areas in the Central Valley. But every SBDC has specialty programs like this who could really help your business. And I know for a fact that they are intent on helping you be successful, and will refer you out to other organizations who can help you as well.
Right. And you can, exactly. And I will do the same. That's a great point. Thank you so much. And then speaking of another program, there's also Orange County SBDC, and they have different branding of packages here, from starting your business to, if you want a restaurant business, you're going to be in the Eat. So if you want to create a physical product, you'll be in the Made. The Made one's great because you actually can learn how to make your product and market it, but then you can actually set up a stand at the Orange County Marketplace and try to sell your product and get some feedback on there. So they have many different types of businesses you can start, and it's all broken up. So check that out if you're in the Orange County SBDC area, but of course, go to that main SBDC website page, put in your zip code, and see where you land. Okay. Thanks, Rich, so much for your help. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Thank you. All right. So so now Sandra Casinos from the SBA. the SBA, Caesar and the SBA Los Angeles area helped us, or he came up with this idea to bring a California training resource workshop to you today. So I'd like to thank him. He's on the call today, but Sandra from the San Diego area is going to talk about the different programs through the SBA site. And then at the bottom again of the slides, I have the links to these programs. Sandra.
Hi, everyone. I'm here, Sandra Cancinos from the San Diego District Office. I'm just gonna give a brief overview of the Thrive program. And I believe the next slide is the Ascend program. So I'll start off with Thrive. It used to be called Emerging Leaders. It's an executive level training series intended to give small business owners a challenging opportunity to accelerate their growth through targeted training led by motivated leaders in small business development. So I've worked with small business owners out in Hawaii, and my colleague Lucy Montgomery is in charge of the Thrive program here in San Diego, which is currently happening. And we just want to give like a brief overview, which is it's not for a startup small business. It's for people who are thinking and wanting to advance their training in managing their small business. There's a couple of requirements to be in the Thrive program. The annual revenues of the small business has to be at least $250,000 and have to be in business at least 3 years going on, and at least have one employee other than themselves. Some of the key takeaways of the program is the mentorship, of course, in-person coaching for a C-level executive levels, self-paced instruction with demonstrated business sustainabilities, micro sessions customized for small businesses' unique needs. So, for example, if one of our participants is a plumbing business, that's tailored to them, or if it's architecture business is tailored to them. Experienced subject matter experts are participating in the program as well, and it's a hybrid of a model that's virtual and in-person classroom sessions. To participate in the next opening that we have, our calendar is open for applications in January of next year, 2023. So if anybody's interested in that program, please feel free to go into our website and find information on there and on our national website. If you can do the next slide, Tracy.
Actually,
it's all
at the bottom of the slide. Yeah, I changed it on
okay,
you.
got it. Okay, got it. So the second program that we're highlighting is the Ascend program. It's on our website. If you go on the website, it says for women entrepreneurs, but it's actually open up to everyone. It's a tool that you can use to expand your knowledge and how to run your small business. You can get on there and say, for example, you want to practice or apply different tools on how to grow your business. There's a journey. They're called journeys on the website, and it'll take you step by step on what you can do on there. For example, if you want to watch videos on how to improve your marketing or your sales, et cetera, there's another journey on there for that program. And you can also view success stories of people who have used the program and how they benefited from it. And that's all. I believe the website is also on the bottom of the screen. So if you're also interested in the Ascend program, you can go on there as well. And one of the key takeaways of that program is the self-assessment. So you can actually benchmark your current practices. You know, if you are taking different journeys from the website, you can go and check and see how you're doing, if you're making any progress, what you need to work on, if you do need to work on anything like that. If you guys have any questions for me or for our office, just feel free to reach out to us through the website, or I know that the chat will put on my email if need to, and our phone number for our local office. And thank you everyone for letting me participate. It's been great, a lot of information, and I'm just enjoying the whole presentations, all the presentations. So
thanks so much, Sandra. Glad to have you here. So the first link at the bottom of your page would be directing you to the program Sandra just talked about. The link below that is actually a link that is broken up by like women veterans, disabled veterans, and it will show you the programs under each one of the headings. So definitely check out the second link and see what's available to you for all these different programs. Thank you so much again, Sandra. Okay,
No
so
problem. Have a good day.
Mariani, are you on yet? I know that I was having some time issues getting you on the program with Pacific and Eastern time zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip Intercity Capital Connections right now and see if she gets on. I just sent her a
Hi,
message.
Tracy. I am actually here now.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mariani. Okay, great. All right, perfect. I will
course.
let you begin. Welcome.
Thank you. Can you actually turn my video on for me, please?
Allie.
I'm trying to turn it on but the host turned it off for me. So
Okay. There we go.
awesome.
Thanks so much.
Great. Of course. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to see you all, and thank you for having us. I apologize. Unfortunately, today was a day that got triple booked, and for a number of different reasons. But just to introduce myself, my name is Marini Ponce, and I'm the Deputy Director with the Inner City Capital Connections Program, a program for small business owners housed out of a larger nonprofit called the the Initiative for a Competitive Inner City. So I apologize in advance for a lot of I's and C's. For some context, ICIC is our overall parent nonprofit, which is a national nonprofit headquartered in Boston, Massachusetts, which is designed to help drive inclusive economic prosperity in under-resourced communities by investing in innovative research and programs to help create wealth and support local small business owners. ICIC hosts a number of different programs for small business owners. I work specifically with our Inner City Capital Connections program, but they're all designed to support small business owners at different stages of their growth and development, as well as in various industry cluster initiatives, etc. So I'll just kind of run through the list here of some of the programs that are listed out here. The first, and I think most people are familiar with, is the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program. So we serve as the recruitment arm for the 10KSB program. So we work closely with the local site teams, whether that's in Long Beach, in Detroit, etc., to actually interview and process the applicants for the program, and then work with them to deliver the content and get them through the overall pipeline. I know one major question that a lot of people have about 10,000 small businesses is whether they've actually hit the 10,000 business mark, which they have, fortunately. So but one of the key components of the 10KSB program is to help business owners create a 5-year growth strategy, which is designed to help them plan out the next several years of their business and provide them with the additional tools and trainings during their classes on how to actually implement that. And so that is very complementary to the ICCC program, which is very much focused on helping to provide business owners with what we like to call a 40-hour mini MBA program. So kind of encompassing all categories of strategy, marketing, talent management, and finance. And then lastly, the most important piece is accessing capital. And so what we aim to do in the Inner City Capital Connections program is work with entrepreneurs who are past the startup stage, who have grown organically for several years and are now looking to hit that next level of growth in their business. So we pair them with both the education as well as the connections and trainings on accessing capital and connections to capital providers to help them actually access those funds, as well as implement the strategy accompanied to those funds. Another one of our initiatives is the Cultivate Small Business Program. And this is done in partnership with Santander Bank. And this is an opportunity where we actually host a food cluster initiative where we work with early stage food entrepreneurs to provide them with industry specific insights as well as guidance to help them grow and scale their business. This started out as one small cohort based in Boston and has now expanded to several sites across the US. So we're really excited for that growth and expansion. And last but definitely not least is our Building for Growth program, which is very similar to, I would say it's a mix between Cultivate Small Business and Inner City Capital Connections, where this is actually a construction cluster initiative designed to help minority and women-owned construction firms get access to additional resources to help grow their business, as well as ensure that they can get access to contracts and additional resources to grow. So we also partner with a number of other organizations on other initiatives. We're proud to partner with the SBDC and a number of other organizations to continue to provide resources, find ways how we can connect our business owners to other resources and other opportunities in the local ecosystem, and ensure that they have all the tools needed to grow and thrive and succeed. So as you can see, the link there is where you can learn more about our various programming and our opportunities. I think for the majority of our programs, we are kind of wrapping up the program here. We're actually in the middle of our final ICCC seminar of the year, but we will be launching more cohorts. Be restarting these programs early next year. So please be on the lookout for that. Take note of some of the timelines and learn more from there.
Thank you so much, Marnie. Great. I'm so glad you were here because I would not have done that justice. So that's wonderful. I actually had a client who was in the Goldman Sachs program, and it was amazing. He took trash cans and recycled them into pellets to make like park benches and things like that. Yeah, so great program.
Exciting.
Thank you. All right, thank you for coming on and sharing. I'll get back to all your other things you need to be doing today.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Okay, and so there are about 4 more slides for today, and I'll be taking you through those slides. I'm definitely not going to do it justice. We could not get presenters due to schedule conflicts for these next 4, but I will try to introduce them to you. They all are on the website. There's links at the bottom. You can look at them. If you're interested, I will find someone to connect you with in the program to help make it, to understand it more. Okay, so so this first one is Veteran Entrepreneurial Training Program for Women, and it's done through Syracuse University at their Institute for Veterans and Military Families. The program is igniting the spirit of entrepreneurship. And again, it's a training program similar to what you've heard of the other ones. It's focused on women, veterans, and female military spouses and partners to really learn about what skills that they have that they can turn their idea into a growing venture. So if that is you, definitely hit that link and reach out to Kelly or I, and we can find the person responsible for this program and lead you to them. Then there's also Anaben, I think that's how you pronounce it, is for Native and Indigenous communities. They have a program called Indianpreneurship, and it helps you create a business or grow your business if you are from Native or Indigenous descent. So look at that link as well, and we can provide a link to an individual to help you. We also have 2 programs. This is the first one for service-disabled veterans. It is also through the Institute for Veterans and Military Families at Syracuse, but this there's about 6 or 12 hosts, and Syracuse University has contracted with, I believe it is St. Joseph University, and they are one of the institutions that helps veterans become entrepreneurs, to leverage your skills and resources. And they do it through higher education, where they have a lot of the theory and the professors who can teach you something that you would learn maybe in an MBA program, and they help apply it to starting your business. So they call it experimental training, I can't say that word, in entrepreneurship and small business. So the first phase is a 30-day online instructor of all about business fundamentals. And then phase 2 is a 90 residency at one of the schools that are hosting this EBV program. And then the last one is phase 3, is a 12-month program that is just to help you ongoing with the creation of your business. If you are a veteran post 9/11, you are eligible, and there's no cost for this program, including travel and lodging, similar to the VIP program we heard earlier from Barbara. There's a contact information on there, but of course you can reach down at the link and link on that, and or just reach out to Kelly or I, and we can help you find this program. The other program that we have, Veterans Entrepreneurship Program, it's called VEEP. And it's also a rigorous program, and it's guided towards those who want to invest in a venture, sort of business again. And this program is similar to the other programs, but for the first month, you'll talk about what is your concept and how do you develop that concept through self-study. And then from February 25th to March 4th, this is the current new calendar. It's a boot camp, but it's for entrepreneurs, an 8-day residency in Oklahoma. This is through Oklahoma State University. And you will basically learn the nuts and bolts of what it started to sound like, a sort of business, and kind of like the immersion into that. And then the next section, April to August, is advising and growing your business and developing it over the next 5 months. So these are really great hands-on learning programs. And then finally, we have the Veterans Readiness and Employment Track. This is through the Veterans Affairs Department, and they will help you decide if you are severely disabled and can't necessarily take on an employment job through another company. They will help you determine if self-employment is the right track for you. And so they will, you will talk with them about your business idea, they'll analyze it, they'll help you write a business plan. I have reviewed several of the business plans through the VRE program, and have helped work on the business plans with the participants to get them qualified at the end to maybe get more assistance in helping them start their business. So if you're interested in this program, the link again is at the bottom of the screen. So I'd like to thank everybody who gave a presentation today about your amazing programs. And so there's so many, it's so hard to choose. So just come talk to us at the VBOC, and we can help you filter through this long, amazing list of programs. Now we have some questions in the chat window. If you are still on, and I read a question about, for instance, Bunker Labs. Is Rachel, are you still on? There's a question about,
yep, I'm still here.
She has a question. I'm a baby small business. Can I still sign up for Bunker Labs?
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
anyone could sign Bunker Labs. Yeah, I would suggest start out with Bunker Online, the launch program.
Okay.
Then go from there.
Great. So you guys will have access to this PowerPoint. We'll send it out to everybody who is joined us today. So you'll have all the links. And then I'm not really sure, Christine Carrillo, is there a minimum disability rating to qualify? I don't know what program that is that you're referring to, but we can reach out to you and ask you later. But generally, if you are a certain percent disabled, you're considered disabled. Is anybody who's still on, do they have a special percent for a disability rating for their program to qualify? I know if you're 10%, you're qualified, you're disabled. So, all right, good. And then let's see, they're an active duty medical provider. I'd like to start a medical business when I get out. Are there any resources specifically for medical or healthcare businesses? I found out that many of the rules are different than other civilian businesses. You know, we have HIPAA, insurance reimbursement, etc. Has anybody who's a presenter worked with a specific medical type business like that?
Tracy, here in our center, and I can only say we're center specific, that's why I have to be very generic and sometimes what I say, but we have for example, in our center, we have a specialty counselor who does nothing but help set up medical practices. So check with your local SBDC, and I'm sure they can help you. If they don't have that resource, they can work with local organizations to help develop that as well.
Yeah, and if you're right, if an SBDC or a local group does not have that, there definitely would probably be a SCORE mentor that you could work with that has had that experience in your area, because they have a wide depth of experience. Thank you so much, Rich. Great.
I want to add also, tomorrow's training is with the NorCal PTAC, Procurement Technical Assistance Center, and they will go over government contracting and government certifications, and also talk quite a bit of detail about disability ratings as well. So that's tomorrow Pacific time for us, 11 o'clock.
Okay, that concludes, we understood the questions. We had everyone to present, and thank you everyone for making this an amazing program for our veterans out there who are looking to grow or start a business. I really appreciate all of you.
Thanks, everyone. And thank you definitely for everyone that participated today, certainly everyone that joined us. Please make sure that you check out the upcoming events that are going on nationwide all this week in honor of our veterans. Tracy, thanks for moderating and doing such a great job. Yeah, and again, it was a pleasure to have Mr. Larry Stubblefield from Office of Veteran Business Development out of Washington, D.C. to join us this morning for what is hopefully our first annual California-wide event that we're going to do every year for National Veteran Small Business Week. So thanks, everyone. Hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, and reach out. There's so many. I mean, we hear this sometimes, like, I didn't know all these services were there, and now I don't know how to navigate. So really reach out to one of our local organizations if we can help you through the process.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks so much, everyone. I'm going to stop sharing and end the session. Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.